I feel like she's being too soft when she pretends like she's whooping them or tapping them. No. She'll do it, but it's not supposed to hurt. Like the way she's doing it to be doing it, but it's nothing that they don't want to happen again. Like it don't feel like nothing. So I'm like, yo, withhold the whooping in, and then if you have to do it, make it something that they don't want to happen again. That's like, cause that's listen.
Pop them, or I'll pop them, but I'll pop them to hurt. You don't? I do. I said I pop them for it to hurt. But just because I don't be whooping them like that, don't mean.
Nah, I done seen you do some little weed popping before.
No.
Thank you. Back to you being soft.
What? I'm not soft. I discipline them. I punish them. I do.
No. Okay. You do not stick to your word. Not only that, they get a lot more repeatability from you. That's why now see, if you would be a little more stern, and not to say this happened like recently, but you know, if you would be a little more stern, you would save them from the big bad daddy. Because what happens is I'll be half asleep listening to everything that's going on in the room, and I hear you say something, and I chill. I hear you repeat yourself again. Every single time in my mind, I'm turning upper and upper. When I hear you the 5th time tell them the same thing, I pop up and I'm on 10, and they get their butt whooped. But it's because there's no reason you should have to repeat yourself that many times. Same thing with Elijah the other day with your mom. Like, I don't have to repeat myself that much.
But when I've had enough, I pop them. It's just honestly, sometimes I be doing so much other stuff, like it don't even. That makes sense. I don't even know that I'm saying it that many times, or that. You know, I just told them to stop. I tell them to stop, and I'm moving on to something else, and I forget.
Did you already tell them to stop?
Until I have to think about it, and then that's when I snap, and that's when I pop them or punish them. But half the time, I be like in another world after I've told them already. It's not that I'm just sitting there looking at them like, stop, and like I don't do that.
I be in the same world, in the same place, and I be counting, and I'll be like, yo, if you say it one more time, and then that one more time gets said, and I'll be like, look, man. But that always frustrates me, because I also know that if I'm there and it has to be said that many times, and when I'm not there, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna have to be said that many times. But yeah, you want to say it, huh? What'd you say? Blame my daddy. It ain't no. Hey man, that's why my warnings work though. If something happened tomorrow and you say they're gonna get their butt whooped, I bet whatever you said you were gonna whoop them for, there's a chance of it getting done again. If I say I'm gonna whoop them, I guarantee it's not getting done again. Why? Because I've set the example of following up on my word or holding my threats back. If I know I'm not gonna whoop you, I don't say I'm gonna whoop, because I feel like I pin myself in the corner if I say I'm gonna do it. And now it's like, dang, it wasn't even that serious. But now
I do say that I do that a lot, but sometimes it's just like something I say, and it's not.
That's what I'm saying. No, but you're doing it with a service, because when I say it, it's gonna happen.
It's not that it's intentionally an empty threat. It's just in that moment. It's like yeah. It's like I want you to sit down somewhere, but I'm gonna say it with I'm about to whoop your butt. Sit down. Like it's not that I'm intentionally like I'm gonna just tell them not to scare them. It's just like
but that's what I'm saying. I reserve my threats so that they mean something when I throw them out there. and then I follow up so that the next time my threat handle it, and the belt don't ever gotta come into the situation. And that's, now I gotta whoop him way, way, way less because of those times when it was hard coming off tour. Coming off tour, can't wait to see your family, but you told your son 2 weeks ago that when you got back, he was going to get it if he disrespect.
You actually do whoop?
Yes.
If it's 2 weeks prior, you come home.
If I said, if first of all, if my wife has to call me while I'm on tour, that's not like, it's definitely big.
Yeah.
Think about how many times she's had to deal with him before she calls me while I'm on tour about him.
I agree.
So by the time I get on the phone, I'm like, yo, I know he understands how far I am.
Right.
He understands how long it is before I'm gonna come back home. I'm like, yo, if she has to call me again, or if you do whatever it is that was disrespectful again, because we don't tolerate disrespect, like disobedience and like we're not rebellious, like straight. I don't care what you say. We don't tolerate that at all.
Right.
But when I say, yo, if she has to call me again or if this happens, you're going to get it when I get home. When I get home, it has to happen. But guess what? That time, and it hurt my heart to do it. Because I was so happy to see him. I was like, the next morning, it was like, hey, remember what I told you, right? All right, come on, let's go in the room. And it was like, it hurt my heart to do it, but next tour, I didn't have to deal with it. I didn't have to do that. And now, when I say it's going to happen, they know if he'll hold on to it for 2 weeks, he's gonna stick to his word, and that's what I try to build. That I'm not doing nothing for show. You feel me?
I agree.
But I said
Jeez.
no. But I said no.
Like as a kid though, to get a 2-week-old whooping, like
Hey.
that sucks though. To like have done something 2 weeks ago and then your dad.
Hey. Listen, I know it does. I know it does, but for somebody who does what I do for a living, and I did it for her.
No,
I did it for you. Listen, because I gotta leave again.
Don't put me in it.
Hey.
I understand everything. Just as a kid though. Like, I did that 2 weeks ago. Like,
Hey.
still on that.
Hey, it was written. It was already written, man. I had to follow through. Because guess what? If I do it next time, I say, okay, when I get home, if I'm going for 2 hours and I say when I get home, like if it didn't happen the last time, we're not gonna build that consistency. So it hurts too, cause that one hurt me like more than it hurt him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause I wanted to be able to do all the hugging mushy stuff first, and I did. I hugged him then I reminded him, and then you know what I'm saying. But yeah, ever since then though,
He been straight.
he
been better.
He's been better, and unless they just don't call me, like I had to check in. Did I have to check in when I was on tour? Maybe like one time. I think I did. Maybe like one time, and then after that it was good. But I told him the same thing, and he knew that he was getting it when I got back. Nah, he don't get it. He don't get it. Not even close. He don't get it as much. But I also discipline them according to their understanding in the act. So if you weren't intentionally defiant and disobedient, that's why when he was putting his foot on the wall, or if they running through the house, I don't think they say, forget daddy, I'm going to run again.
Yeah.
They start back up. You feel me? So it's just like I be telling people, like when I be on the phone, I be pacing, and Schivonne say, hey, stop pacing, and I'll stop, but then I start pacing again unintentionally. So if I'm an adult and I do it, I understand that they do it, so I try not to discipline them for that type of stuff. But if I can catch like direct disobedience, like rebellious, that's
You
getting
couldn't have candy, and then you actually went in there and got some candy anyway.
that's getting on the spot. That's no warnings. That's no nothing. That's getting checked. And I almost tried to let it go like last week, and I was like, nah, I ain't letting them get away with that, like at all. What you doing?